G here, and we're just gonna give you a little background. What's your name? Tell the people your name.
Sandra, Jeannie, Millie, D.
Okay. And the reason why we're here today because we bring y'all some true stories from original gangsters, OGs who've seen it firsthand with their eyes, just to give y'all a little bit of history about what's going on. So, tell the people a little reason why we're here and what's going on.
Basically, we're here because just to tell you my story. I grew up in Freeport. I'm 52 years old now. Graduated from Freeport High in 1975. But getting down to the real point, my problem started in 1977. I started out by sniffing cocaine. I went to jail for 30 days. I came out. I was introduced to the crack cocaine. Back then we called it base. Now today it's definitely crack. I began smoking in 1978, and I smoked for the last 25 years. Due to the smoking, I was incarcerated 4 or 5 times. I've been upstate 4 or 5 times. I've been in the county jail 276 times. I got 5 kids, 2 born to the disease of crack cocaine, 1 mentally retarded, and 1 ADH. During my travels with the crack cocaine, I've been mugged, raped, robbed, etc. I've been left for dead. I've seen people get hurt, seen people get their face slit, seen people get killed. In my incarceration days, I've seen people get face slit, throat slit, beat by the police, etc. I've been in a hole 18 times, and I lost everything I had, from my kids to my family to friends to jobs. Everything was very hard.
Okay, so real quick, you said you've been up north, you've been locked up, you've been to the county jails. So explain a little bit of your background history with the jail situation, with being incarcerated.
Okay, well, to me, Nassau County is a joke. There's nothing to do there. You sit there, you do nothing. My first place I went up north was Bedford Hills Correctional Facilities. That is a receptionist where you go through getting checked out.
What year was that?
I went up in 1999. That's my first state bid. I went up in 1998. Just a receptionist. You do what you got to do. You get checked out or whatever. Then they give you an evaluation. Of course, I'm a high school grad, so my level was different than the other level. But being of my nature of my crime, my mentality, they had me an MO, which is a mental observation. So I was up on the psych floor with real crazy people. I actually seen how they lived in prison. The medication they give you, they scrap you down and everything. I left from Bedford and went to Albion. Albion is upstate, like 30 minutes away from Canada. Albion is a redneck hood. Straight up crackers. They beat your ass. They don't care. Disrespectful. I did 4 years up in Albion. Albion, I started out doing good, but then I fell down. I went into the hole. I stayed in the hole every 6 months. A hole is like a door with just a little crack about 1 inch from the floor. They slide your food underneath the door. They give you your mail. You get showers Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You can get shower deprivation, where I was on that water deprivation where they wouldn't give you a shower, wouldn't give you your mail, and then you had to move all the way back to the wall, which is called a meatloaf, and they slide your tray under that. My thing was, I was very angry when I went there, so I had no respect. I spit, threw shit on officers, so I always was locked up. After I left Albion, I went to Beacon. Doing that, my record of Beacon disqualified me in 1 day. So I originally went back to Taconic Correctional Facility, which is right across the street from Albion. Once I got to Taconic, it was an officer there that I knew her mother from the streets, and I watched her grow up. And one day she pulled me to the side and said, "You can't beat us. You might as well join us. Just do as we say. Stop getting these write-ups. Stop getting these keep locks, and you'll be all right." I turned my hat around when they took my good time. I was ready to come home, and they took my 10 months good time. They wanted me to max out. I wouldn't have maxed out to 2002, so they took my good time. I turned around, and I started to do what I had to do. Being in prison, you learn a lot. I learned how to cook on a hot plate. I learned how to make cakes on a hot plate. I learned everything up in prison. I seen 17 and 16-year-old girls that nobody ever come see them, and they got 33 to life. They there for double murder and all of this. I learned about the real gay life in prison. There are girls that look just like men. I was gay phobia when I first went upstate. I knew nothing about it. Living in the hood that we call hood, you see nothing till you go up north. After I turned my hat around, I became okay. I started to go to school. I started to let the state pay for me. Since I had to do the time and it was free, let the state pay for me. I obtained my HIV certificate, my food service certificate. I started school for my associates. I talked about ASAP programs. I started at the end helping out adolescents that had bad behavior problems because girls was coming up there angry because they didn't have no parents, or parents didn't bother with them, so they showed out. They acted like I acted, and I was like, you're going to be here a long time. Why don't you go to school, get your associates, get your masters, get your bachelors, get your PhD. The state is going to pay for it. Even if you may never leave these grounds, one day you'll leave and you'll have all of that under your belt. So I helped a lot of young kids. And that's where I want to do, help adolescents with behavior problems, because I have 5 kids and I am an addict, and so are their father is an addict. So they learn straight from me, and if I can help them or help somebody else's kid, I feel real nice about that. But prison is prison, and it's not as tough as it is. Coming out, you think, oh, you're going to tell your friends, I'm going to send you a package, I'm going to send you that. You have to depend on the system once again. Everybody talks about the white man, but it rules the world. You got to get on DSS. You got to get this. Unless you want to go back up north, sell crack, sell yourself, do whatever you want to do, still rob to get another case, then you'll be all right. You have 3 meals in a cot. Even having 3 meals in a cot is still hard, because if you can't make a phone call or you don't go to work, you don't get no commissary. So you're still up there doing the same thing you was up in jail. There's a lot of con artists in jail. You can meet a lot of people in prisons that tell you they were John Gotti, and you get hooked up with the wrong crowd and come out and meet their families and get yourself right back in jail. So it was very hard for me, and at the end I just learned. I met a girl upstate. I didn't get turned out upstate. I was very curious about it, but I always said, if I fuck with a bitch, I'm going to fuck with her on the streets. She's going to be choice. She's going to have a car, have her own place, and everything. Came home from jail 2002, October 20th, 2002. I got with a little shorty. I met her at a pussy club. It's a gay club in Manhattan. She was mad cool, but once you got behind closed doors, she was very abusive. She would fight worse than a man. So it's not always what it seems like. It was an experience that I tried. I stayed with her for 6 months. She lived in my parents' house, whatever. She had her own car, everything. She's very con artist. I signed my name down for a house for her. At the closing, I took my name off because it wasn't all about me. She thought herself pimping me with 6 other girls, and I wasn't aware of that because I wasn't knowledge to. I wasn't knowledge to the gay life, so she got that one. You know, it's just an experience I learned. You know, I don't knock nobody because you never say what you won't do. She was a good girl in the beginning, but then she's very abusive, and I just couldn't deal with that because my kids' mom used to hit on me. So I